Holy. Like, this is actually wild. Like, I would kill for something like this.
Dude, he's had this car since he was 16.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane. How long has he been doing this for?
So he's been taking it apart for like, he like took it apart, put it together, took it apart, put it together, and then he took it apart again. And then when he took it apart again, I was born and he stopped working on it. And then now he's got all his money, so he just got someone to build it.
That's so cool. Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. So it's been a long time since I jacked up the 240 and I forgot how much work it entails. So you gotta drive up on the blocks, and then you gotta jack up the front, then the back, then the front, and then put jack stands in. It's just a whole thing. But here we are. Today is Friday. What day is it? Today is Saturday. So this video is gotta be out on Friday. That's a lot of days, but sometimes stuff goes wrong. Luckily, we are just gonna be taking out the engine. We don't have to do any other body work yet, because I still gotta get a welder. That's gonna take a little bit. But I'm so excited to start pulling this thing. Like, I think I'm more excited than I should be, because the thing runs and drives nicely, but we need to make it look good. So the amount of behind the scenes work that I've been putting in, just doing research, is absolutely insane. Like, I've been trying to figure out what turbo I need. I've been trying to figure out what welder I need, how I'm gonna tub it, what color I wanna do, better ways to tuck all the wiring, better ways to rewire the thing. There is so much stuff that goes into the thinking of this, a lot more than you might think. But one of the first things we need to do, and this is probably the one thing that I don't do enough of, but it's also the thing that I cannot recommend more, is take tons and tons of pictures of the engine bay while everything's still together. And then get some masking tape and a Sharpie, tag every single thing. So just as an example, just like certain wires like this, that goes to the distributor. Just do it all now, so when you go and put the engine back in, everything is labeled and you know exactly where it goes. All right, so you guys saw that I take the front bumper off. That's just because when the car got tilted up, the car was too low to put the jack in. So we need to take the hood off and the fenders off, just because when we're leaning over to be working in it, I don't want to get everything all scratched up. The hood is a no-brainer, you just have to take it off. But before we do any of that, I ordered something on eBay and it finally came, so let's put it up. I really hope you guys think that's cool, because I honestly think that is the coolest thing ever. So I got this one on eBay. This one is not an authentic one. The authentic ones go for probably, I've never looked, but I would assume upwards of $500. I probably paid 15 to 20 for that one. It does the exact same job, and I just think it looks so cool on that wall. That wall was very bare, and you guys know me, I'm a huge Nissan guy. So any Nissan memorabilia like that, I'll put on that wall. Just gotta spice the garage up a little bit. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna start taking a few mental notes, and I'm gonna take some pictures on my phone camera, maybe get a few videos of tight areas, and also take notes of things I want to change. Like right off the bat, we're getting a new turbo. This one is just a CX Racing one. It's not super good. I want to get one that is actually going to work for us here, and it looks a lot nicer. All right, so another reason we need to take off the fenders is just because then we can get on the back side of this piping and we can paint that stuff too. It would also make the welding a lot easier, because then I can do some good welding from the inside. Taking off the hood is going to be probably a two-person job. That doesn't seem like something I can do by myself. All right, we got the hood off. We put it on the roof. I think I might try and bring it inside my house along with my bumper and fenders. I don't know how much my mom's gonna love me sticking all my spare parts in a bedroom. It's gonna take up the whole entire room. But now we gotta address something. One thing I wanna try and stay on top of during this whole project is bolts. These bolts are to hold on the hood. As you guys can tell, for some reason that there's two different types of bolts. For my past couple projects, I've always done just like little sandwich bags or whatever. Stuff still isn't as organized as it could be. And you can write on the sandwich bags, but then stuff gets messy. It's hard to write on the bags in general, and you can't put too many notes. So what we're gonna do is cardboard. The cardboard is super nice to write on, and then what you do is you take a little drill bit, put a hole through it, and then you put the bolt through. So what I'm gonna write here is hood, and then I'm gonna write pass, drive. And then we'll put the bolts right there and right there. And that just keeps it organized. Shout out Harinder, this one was his idea. Actually, I don't want to say that. He's the one who told me it. It wasn't his idea. I'm sure he got this from somewhere. So there they are. This is super simple, super easy to keep everything organized to the best you can. If there is bolts that you can leave in items, such as the hood, then leave them in there. They don't need to come out. You take them out, then you put them back. But I just wanted to do this just to show you. And then one of the last things I want to do to make sure everything goes smoothly is take the masking tape, write what it is, and then stick it on there. So igniter chip cables. Just so when I'm pulling the wiring harness through, I know exactly where everything goes. Alright, you guys can see green tape everywhere. Most of the stuff that is accessible at the top is labeled. So like this, that one says distributor and EFN negative, EFN power, switched headlights. But as I'm labeling, I'm unplugging. A lot of you early subscribers will know I did the removable upper rad support. So that we're gonna take off, which means we gotta take the radiator and the intercooler off. But that's gonna allow the engine to come basically straight out without having to do the thing where you gotta tilt and then pull it out and then tilt a little bit more and pull it out. So yeah, I'm just gonna set up a time lapse, start taking some stuff off, and then I'll do a little update later. I just started draining the oil and I'm seeing something that I do not like. That is not what engine oil should look like. That is like almost browny green. It just doesn't look good. I think that is coolant mixed with oil. That's what that kind of seems like. Which makes me think head gasket, but it's weird because the coolant is perfectly green. The coolant is brand new, it looks like. It looks like I could throw this back into the car. I'm not going to, obviously, but the coolant looks fine. But this oil just doesn't look good. I don't know, maybe I'm gonna have to pull the head off, inspect the head gasket. But for now, we're just gonna keep on trucking. So you think there's coolant in the oil?
Yeah.
That's not what we want to hear at all. All right, well, do we rebuild or do we toss an LS in?
Most of the time, it's the head gasket.
Yeah, okay.
Or it could be that there's a crack somewhere.
Okay, that's not what we wanted to hear. I was really hoping you were gonna say, oh, yeah, it's totally the braking fluid.
Okay.
Yeah, well, whatever. Way she goes.
Well, or it could be your turbo, because you're running both coolant and oil, no?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Emerson. I appreciate that. Not what we wanted to hear, but you know what? We'll bounce back. I'm over when I'm disassembling the engine at some point, okay?
Okay.
All right, see you, man.
Bye.
All right, I just FaceTimed Emerson and Harinder, got their 2 cents. Harinder thinks something's leaking. Maybe the head gasket. Emerson also thinks that. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to keep on going, try and figure this out once we pull it, but that is definitely an issue that we need to figure out. I've been working for like honestly a solid 45 minutes and it just doesn't seem like there's much of a change. Like there is just so much stuff to do. Like I got starters, alternators, I got random hoses, vacuum lines, so much stuff going on behind the engine. And there's just so much of it. I completely forgot how much stuff there is actually behind and underneath all the manifolds and stuff. But here's all my bolts, that's how that's doing. But guys, this is like honestly such a huge project. I honestly didn't remember it being this bad. But I'm gonna call it a night here and I will see you guys tomorrow. And we're back. Today is a very cold one. It is like 4 or 5 degrees, it is pouring rain, and this garage isn't helping. I did the insulating, but yet one more winter tells us that we didn't do a good enough job. So what I want to see happening today is I want to take the fenders off. I noticed I was leaning against it. Luckily I was just wearing some pants that didn't have a zipper, but that will be the number one thing that scratches the fenders. So I'm getting to the final stages. I've definitely been putting something off, and that is going on the ground. Normally I try and get my friend Nikolai to do it. He can get into tighter places, but unfortunately I don't have him, so that makes me the ground guy today. So I got drive shaft, exhaust, tranny mounts, and a few miscellaneous connections. So I may be missing a few things. I'm gonna try and leave as much on as I can, and then we start pulling the engine, and then we see what we gotta disconnect. But 90% of the stuff up top is disconnected. So we might have to leave those until we start pulling the engine out a little bit, give you a little bit more room. It has been a long time since I've been under the 240, and honestly, I don't think I missed it a whole lot. Oh, there's not a whole lot of room under here. Okay. So, what do we want to take off first? We're gonna disconnect the exhaust. So that's like the downpipe right there. So that's where we're gonna disconnect the exhaust. We'll pull that all out as one. And then here's the trans mount, so we gotta do that. And then there's the drive shaft, we gotta get that done. All right, it's absolutely impossible to film under there, but I have been doing ground game for about 45 minutes now, and I think it's safe to say I got everything. The only thing I don't have is the transmission mount undone. So I'm just gonna toss a jack under there and then disconnect it. I think that's it. It's time to drag that guy over here. I don't have enough chain. I could use ratchet straps, but that just, I'm not a fan of that. I'm really not a fan of ratchet straps. Just look through my bin of cables, ropes, and ratchet straps. Nothing in here is gonna work. I looked at the ratchet straps, and the working load on those things is just too close to be pulling out an engine. So I guess I'm gonna have to go to the store tomorrow and get another chain, but with the power of editing.
All right, guys, the f going on? We're gonna pull this motor today. You know the vibes.
We got the chain. Chains are at a good tension. Then the only real test is to start trying to get it out, and then we're gonna figure out quickly on what needs to be disconnected. If I recall, the first thing we gotta do, now that the motor mounts are undone, is lower the tranny. So the jack is under it, maybe we'll lower it a bit, see how much wiggle room we get, and then we're just gonna start jacking up. And the nice thing about this is we can just pull straight out. Holy shit, that scared me.
What?
I don't know, something just dropped as I was looking at the camera. I'm gonna stop it there. We'll revisit the jack if need be. Oh yeah, engine's definitely tilted. We got movement. crushing that line back there. Not on this
I
side.
just wanted to get her away.
Let me lower the jack a bit or maybe raise it. I don't want to because we're pinching this line back here. Oh, there it is. Oh.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm gonna lower the jack a bit. So this thing is free. Now I guess we figure out what's still attached and what's not. That's still attached. Okay, so it may look like a lot of this stuff is still connected. Kind of is. To be quite frank with all you guys, it kind of is still connected. But that's stuff we were gonna worry about as we got to this stage. Now that we're at this stage, now I guess it's time to worry about it. There you go, nice and loose. There she is. And now the engine's free. Oh yeah, there's the fluid.
That thing just swinging. Oh, daddy.
I was doing time lapse because that's one of the easiest things to do, especially when stuff is two-person job. It's nice just to have two sets of hands on things and then put the camera away, and then you guys still get some good footage. I remember pulling this guy off not too long ago. Good to see ya. We'll completely do a full overhaul and address what needs to happen in the next video. All right, well, here's the motor. It's completely out. Got it mounted on the stand. I think it looks really good outside of the car. It shows that we made some good progress. So we did what I said I wanted accomplished. And then now we got to start doing the engine bay. But that'll be in another video. I've already spent a few days doing this and I just want to have some time to relax. So I'm going to go in, edit this video, just make sure it gets out for you guys for Friday. And I want to say that's 6, maybe 7 videos in a row. So I hope you guys are really stoked on that. So if you guys want to see Harinder in these videos working on the engine bay of the 240, I know it's been a long time since he's slaved away on the 240. So I think we should get him back. So if you guys want to see him, make sure you guys hit the like button. If we get 250 likes, 250 likes, we already killed that one time. Let's do it again. 250 likes. This kid is gonna slave his ass off in this 240.
No, I need 15 DMs.
15 DMs?
15 DMs saying they want to see me in the video and I'll come help again.
I can't guarantee that happens. How about 300? I don't want to give my hopes up. Let's do 250 again, because I think maybe that 500 was just a fluke. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought this was a really good video. It was nice to work on the 240 and do some major stuff. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Also, if you guys made it to this point in the video, I just want to say thank you very much. Give me some engine ideas. I'm not 100% sure if I want to keep the KA or if we want to move on to something bigger and better. Harinder says we keep the KA, but I'm not 100% sure. So I want to hear what you guys think.